Okay everyone, welcome back to The Long Dark. We are here in Milton in the Grey Mother's house, which is of course now our house, exactly where we left off at the end of the last video. Well, not quite exactly. You'll always notice I start these videos upstairs, and that's because I still do the age-old trick, which is many older players of The Long Dark will do. Come upstairs and sleep for an hour to save the game, and that was because back in the old days, the original games of the game, you couldn't save any other way. That was the only way to save, was to sleep. Now of course you save whenever you go in and out of buildings, but the habit is still there. Anyway, never mind, we are here, we're in the Grey Mother's house. The weather outside does not sound very friendly at all, and we're not in, we're in pretty good condition, but food wise we're not doing too well at the moment. But we have offloaded a lot of our stuff. We've got a little bit more to get rid of, I think. Oh, actually no, I think we've offloaded it all. So a few things that we can do to try and pass a bit of time whilst we are waiting for this weather to improve. What we're going to do is go and do a foraging run, looking for all the natural resources that the Milton area has to offer for us, and we're going to go off in a few different directions and bring a few things back and see if we can start doing a bit of crafting and a bit of stuff like that. So I'm actually carrying some extra clothing. I didn't realise I'm carrying a t-shirt that I can get rid of. Anyway, don't matter. Right, so a few things that we can do to try and pass a bit of time then. So we're going to do some research. Now, research is not something I've really shown you too much of, and I haven't shown you at all in this playthrough. Researching these books, certain books that you find in the world are named. Frontier Shooting Guide, and we have Wilderness Kitchen, and you'll find various different named books in the game. Now, obviously you can just burn them on a fire if you want to, but what you really want to do with them is research them, because what this does is it increases your skills, which I'm not sure if I can actually, oh here we are, the skills. So it'll increase these, it'll give us a bonus to these skills and allow us to level up more quickly, which of course gives us you know, a higher chance of success whenever we do things. So what we're going to do, we are going to read through some of these. You can only research them in daylight, and it basically takes time. So it's going to improve our cooking skills by 10 points if we research this book completely. It's going to take 5 hours to do it. I'm just going to research 2 hours because I know I'm a bit thirsty, so I don't... Yes, you also can't research when you are hungry. I was kind of hoping that I'd have eaten enough there, but apparently I didn't. So let's eat this dog food. Dog's best friend, and it's also our best friend today. Eat the dog food. That gives us a little bit of hydration as well, but we're going to drink some water. There we go. So now we're going to do the research again. They're always stored in fire starting materials. So we'll go back into Wilderness Kitchen, research. We've researched 1 hour. I'm going to see if I can do the rest of the 4 hours. Should be okay. No, we're going to get hungry before we finish. Oh no, we're just about finished. Just about finished. So we've now completely researched Wilderness Kitchen. If we find any other copies of it, unfortunately, I don't think we can research them again. It only works once. There will be multiple other copies of Wilderness Kitchen out there, but I think it only works the once. But basically that will have given us a 10-point bonus to our fire starting, or cooking skill rather, which obviously allows us to cook things with higher chance of success. Basically, as your various skills level up, you get better at certain things, and when you level up your cooking skill, I think you get more calories from cooked food. Which is pretty cool. So always worth doing. So we've done that one. That now for us is just firewood. There is no other reason for us to keep it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop it in with all of our other fire starting materials, which are in various cabinets. We've got a lot of books as fire starting materials. So this one we're going to chuck in there. So that's now no use to us at all other than as firewood. But we're carrying a fair bit of firewood anyway, so we don't really need to be carrying that around as well. Okay, so we've done that. The weather outside does not sound as bad, although it is now going dark. But we might still be able to get some stuff before it goes completely dark. I'm not planning on venturing too far from the Grey Mother's house, so let's see how we do. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Ain't that cool? Is that a moose? Or is that a deer? I think that's a deer. I got all excited there. I think that's actually a deer over there. It's not a moose. Never mind. I suppose it... No, I think that's a deer. Well, that was the kind of direction I was going to head in anyway, so let's head this way. If it turns out to be a moose, I think my tactic will be to run for it, to be honest. Reishi mushrooms and the kind of things we're looking for. So reishi mushrooms, and we want sticks. So reishi mushrooms, sticks, anything from the natural environment that we can make use of. Okay, not much more here by the looks of things. We're also thinking the firewood. We've got cedar limbs and things out here that we can probably do with harvesting and bringing the firewood back. The saplings and things knocking about, we could do with trying to harvest those as well. I'm not too bothered about ending up a fair distance away from the Grey Mother's house, because I can drop back. I know I said I wasn't going to venture too far, but I can drop into one of the other houses if all else fails, so not too much of a disaster if we get too far away. We're travelling relatively light. That's not, I don't think that's a harvestable one, is it? Oh, it is. Excellent. Okay.
So
we shall have that. That's a birch sapling, so we can craft with that. So that's brilliant. That's not harvestable. That's far too big. The really, really big trees like this you can't harvest. But you may find harvestable things near them, so let's have a nosy around. I'm not really finding very much here. Some more reishi mushrooms over there. I was kind of hoping to find some cattails. There are a few. Calories and fire starting material, always useful. So there we go. Oh, we got some. Yep, night is indeed coming. Don't worry about it. Got some awesome, awesome lighting effects. Obviously, as you're fully aware, I'm a photographer as well, and nice light like this is always very nice. Oh, rose hips. Again, rose hips are natural medicine source, but they're also a calorie source, so same as reishi mushrooms. Cattail plants again. I don't know if the cattail plants grow back. I've always wondered that, and it's something that I keep meaning to kind of do a bit of research on. I never get around to doing it. When you harvest things, do they grow back? Okay, I'm kind of venturing further and further away, which I said I wasn't going to do, and I kind of am. Uh-oh, not good. I am not in the mood to be tackling wolves. I am not in the mood to be tackling wolves, so we're just going to brace to robbing it. Let's make a run for it. Oh, that's really not good. That's not good at all. And I've just exhausted all of my sprint. We mustn't panic. There we go. Okay, we'll overnight in the bank manager's house then. That's fine, that's not a problem. Bank manager's house is more than okay for overnighting in. We just need a little bit of light to find our way around. Not a flare. Let's get our storm lantern lit just so we can find our way about the place. Did I leave things here? I don't think I did I? I think I dragged it all back to the Grey Mother's house. But we do have a stove if we need it. And of course we have a bed. So we're all good in here. So we're going to overnight in here, I think. So let's just turn that out. And then we just need to sort out our food and our drinks. So I'm going to eat. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to wind up eating most of the cattail stalks that I just harvested, because I really am short of calorie sources. In fact, let's drink some of these sodas, because I'm carrying a lot of these around. I've just also realised I've got condensed milk there. That's a really, really good calorie source, so I'm going to have that. Since we're pretty low on calories, we'll take that. That also preserves our water supply, which is also pretty useful. Okay, that's cool. So that should see us through a fair chunk of the night. So I'm going to go for the full 8 hours. Ooh. I'm getting some very weird sound effects. Now, that either means my headphones are playing up or we have an Aurora. We have an Aurora. That's cool. So this is always tricky because I always like to stick my head outside and have a look at the Aurora, but I always get a bit worried that the wolves are going to come along and rip my head off. Because the wolves get crazier when the Aurora is out. But it is pretty cool. Again, from a photography point of view, it's pretty cool. I really like the effects. Ain't that awesome? Ain't that awesome right there? I really do like the texturing and the lighting effects they've done with the Long Dark. There's so much work gone into this game since it first appeared. Way back. Since it first appeared in sort of alpha and beta test and very early stages. So much work has gone into it and it is so cool now. I don't know how often the Aurora appears in Survival Sandbox, but we're getting it right now. Okay, I'm going to go back inside. As cool as that is, I don't want to get my head ripped off by a wolf, and I don't want to freeze to death either, because either of them things would be a bad way to end this series. So let's, I'll just use a match. I've got plenty of them, so that's cool, just to give us enough light just to get back through here to the bed. Need a bit more water, so we'll just drink. There we go. And then we shall sleep for as long as it will let us, which isn't going to be very long actually. So let's pass time for 4 hours. Now you used to be able to cancel passing time. I'm not sure you can now, but it shouldn't be a problem. That'll just get us through pretty much to daylight actually. So that should be fine for us to just carry on back outside. I think the Aurora might still be out. Let's just get rid of all the light sources. Okay, nothing in here for us, so let's head back outside. Hopefully the wolves have cleared off and we can now get back to the Grey Mother's house. If the Aurora is still active, which it doesn't look like it is, no it's not. We may have issues with crazy wolves, but I think we're okay, so let's make our way back.
Eat anything right now.
Well, you're going to have to hang fire because we ain't got very much. In fact, you know what? I'm tempted to head to the gas station. Because we're not full on carrying capacity. And we have got enough supplies to kind of do a little bit of trekking. So let's head out and do a little bit more trekking. I usually see reishi mushrooms on things like that, but not here. Not sure if I can remember what's up this way. We've got the radio tower up there. I'm not sure how to get to it. I think if we climb up this way, I think it just leads us round in a bit of a circle if I remember from Wintermute. We basically end up back. Pick up a few sticks. I'm not going to pick up too many more sticks, I don't think, because they're not that useful to us. We've got plenty of fire materials. Enough to keep us going for a bit. We haven't done a massive water burn for a while. Yeah, it just brings us around in a bit of a circle back here and loops us back down towards the gas station, but we might find something useful. We've got some rose hips, and we also have some old man's beard, which I think will be pretty useful for us. So what we're doing now is just trying to gather all the natural resources that we can think of and find in Milton, because we've been in all the buildings, we've explored all of the locations, all the interior locations in Milton, we've looted everything, we've brought everything useful back to the Grey Mother's house, which I'm still calling the Grey Mother's house even though we're not in Wintermute, we're in survival mode. I am still calling it the Grey Mother's house. I think this might lead up to the radio tower, you know. Can we get up to the radio tower? That'd be pretty cool if we could. No, it doesn't look like it does actually, it just comes from a bit of a dead end. We've got some limbs here that will give us good firewood. Oh, yeah, let's go for it. We're going to get cold, but we should be okay. We have got a hypothermia risk, but that's not too much of a problem. Let's head across this way towards the gas station. I know, don't worry. pretty cool again. I mean, look at the clarity of the lighting effects and the graphics and everything. It all looks pretty cool. I'll tell you what, there is one area that we haven't really explored, and that's heading up where that fallen gnarly tree is. Over that way, which I think takes us kind of around towards the sort of park area, which is the route, well, I'm assuming which is the route down to Mystery Lake. So what I might do actually is just pop into the gas station, get ourselves warmed back up again, and then I might just kind of head up that way. I was kind of leaving that until I decided to head for Mystery Lake, but I might just kind of head up that way. It's down over that way. It's one area I haven't been to yet, just to kind of see. Okay, so let's warm ourselves up. Warm ourselves up in the gas station. It's a bit warmer in here. I'm not sure if I can light a fire in here though. So what's the temperature? It feels like 8, so we're okay. But I'm not sure if I can light a fire in here. I don't think I can actually, can I? Oh, I can. There's a fire barrel. Okay, that's cool. Well, I'm going to do that then. So let's use the cash as tinder. We'll use a book as fuel. We'll just use cardboard matches. Oh, take the charcoal. Always take the charcoal first. And light the fire. I haven't done much map making. I need to do a bit of map making as well before we head out anywhere else. I haven't really done very much map making in this this playthrough. I am kind of taking things a little bit easy with this one, because I really do want to try and get to 200 days, and I know there are players out there who are a lot more experienced and who have a real clearly defined plan, but I have so much going on in my life I can't remember these clearly defined plans. I kind of come up with them usually when I'm having an insomnia episode and I can't sleep. I come up with these great plans of things I can do in the long dark, and I usually completely forget them by the time I actually come to play the game. So let's just make ourselves half a litre of water. Don't need to make too much, we've got quite a bit. I'm more thinking of just sort of making use of the time and the fire that we're here with. Just to... Okay, hypothermia risk is healed. We are nice and toasty. We've got a little bit more water now. Food wise, we can eat one of these bars, I think. Cool. We're gonna have to, yeah, I know. We're gonna have to do quite a lot of, let's eat some cattails. I'll eat a cattail. That'll help us a little bit. We're gonna have to do a fair bit of, we'll go out the back of the gas station. I've got my pry bar on me. There we go. Also means that door's now open, so if we're around here and we get chased by a wolf, at least we have got somewhere we can go. Let's just do a little bit of map surveying while I'm here. Probably helps if you click the right button. So let's survey the area. Did it actually select it? Yeah, there we go. Let's survey the area. Okay, so that's a bit extra onto the map there. So that's around the gas station and down towards Paradise Meadows Farm. Okay, so let's go this way. Got some old man's beard, which we shall take. Now there is, up in the top of the park area, there is a hut, but it's not a particularly good hut. It's not a proper interior location, so a notice board here, and I think there was some signs on it that we could read in Wintermute, but I don't think there is here. Nothing on it for us. There's the hut up there. Are you really that cold? Really? In the grand scheme of everything? Okay, so here's the hut. Now, I think this is the way to Mystery Lake. I haven't verified that. I haven't tried to do it, but I'm pretty sure this is probably the way to Mystery Lake. Now, that does... it's dawned on me, that does give us a little bit of a problem, because we were thinking about doing quite a lot of kind of runs between here and Mystery Lake. But it has dawned on me that we've got to climb up a rope, which means we can't be encumbered. We have to be completely within our weight carrying capacity. Well, that's fine, because there's an orange soda in this here fridge, so we might as well drink it. because that will give us calories and it will give us hydration bonus. There's a bed here, and we do have a fire, a stove, so we can warm this building up. It actually is above freezing in here at the moment, so that's actually kind of useful. Let's a granola bar. We'll just loot this, see if there's anything useful in here. This might become a little kind of staging area when we come to start thinking about shuttling between here and Mystery Lake. We might, assuming that this is the way to Mystery Lake, I can probably stockpile things in here. I can probably stockpile some food and water in here, and sort of supplies like firewood and spare clothing. I'm going to take those. We'll check on our gloves and things in a minute. See what they're looking like. Ooh, bit of scrap metal. Okay. That's quite heavy, but we're okay to carry it, so that's fine. We'll take it. Okay, let's just have a quick look at our clothing then. What gloves? Oops. Apologies, my phone is making noises. Okay, so the ones we're wearing are better than the ones we've got. The ones we've just picked up, rather, so we'll stick with them, but we'll keep them. We'll take them back to our main base. Part of me is thinking of being a little bit... You know what I'm like. I go out with the intention of just sort of checking somewhere out and then going back and being cautious, but then I always kind of go off on a random crazy thing. Because again, I don't know if this is the right way to Mystery Lake. I'm making an assumption that it is. So part of me actually kind of wants to make the trek now I'm here. I should have known I was going to do this. We've got the picnic area. So this is the picnic area, which I can't actually walk into. There we go. Oh, no, I don't want to hack the bench. I want the grape soda. Thank you. I assume we've got a bit of an outcrop here that we can walk out on and have a look. Ah, is that Mystery Lake? Is that Mystery Lake? Is it? That is pretty cool if it is. Is it Mystery Lake? Well, it might be, you know. It might be. Oh, I'm genuinely not sure. Oh, it's a shame you can't zoom in. Okay, that might actually be Mystery Lake, you know. I'm genuinely not sure. It's hard to tell. It'd be pretty cool if it is. Be pretty cool if it is. Okay, I'm genuinely not sure. So what we're going to do... right, what's our current... What have we got with us? Have we got all of our important stuff with us? Hatchet, knife, storm lantern, we've got sewing kit, we've got bedroll, food and water we have... well, water we're a little bit short of, but we've got enough. And calories we've got enough. Let's go for it. What the heck? Let's go. I'm probably going to regret this. I usually do. Okay, we are making the big assumption again that once we go down here, we will actually be able to get back up again. Because in Wintermute you can't. In Wintermute the rope breaks partway down it and you can't get back up. But I assume in survival mode we can, and it certainly looks like we can. We've gone all the way down. Yep, so we can go back up, so that's cool. That's a good start. I'm not sure that is Mystery Lake, you know. I think that might just be a generic lake. We shall find out as we make our way. Now this is going to be a bit funny, this, because in Wintermute you kind of make your way across here and you follow a path and then it goes to a cutscene and oh, that's not a good thing. Possibly should have warmed myself up a bit before I went for this. Yeah, in Wintermute you come in here and you do, and it goes to a cutscene. Might actually just light a fire. And let's light a fire and warm ourselves up a little bit. I'm going to use accelerant because I just want the thing to light. And we'll use some cedar firewood. There we go. So if I just duck down behind that, and if I chuck a few sticks on it, and I think I'm going to go for the old cup of coffee routine. And then I'm going to go ahead and drink it, which means finding it. There we go. So let's drink that, because that will obviously give us a warmth bonus as well, because it's hot. And it reduces our fatigue, so that should sort out our hypothermia risk. Okay, so we are part way down the route. We assume goes to Mystery Lake. So we're going to carry on in the next video. We're going to make our way to Mystery Lake, and we're going to see how we get on down in Mystery Lake. But right now, as always, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. There will be more content. I am really sorry. I know I'm being very, very sporadic at the moment, and we're not getting things out on a regular schedule. I'm hoping we can change that. I'm trying to decide exactly what series I'm going to be doing. Long Dark will be continuing into the end of this series. I'm also going to be doing Minecraft. We've made a start with that, but that is a little bit more time consuming to film, which is one of the problems I'm having with that one. Subnautica is the same. That's why there hasn't been any more Subnautica at the moment. It's because it's just taking so long to film it, and I just haven't got the time. And we're going to be doing retro stuff. We're going to be carrying on with Fallout Shelter, which is the same. It just takes so long to film, so it's having the time to do it, which is proving to be the problem. But hopefully we can get things on a slightly more stable schedule. I'm going to aim for 4 series running simultaneously. We're going to try and do 4 videos every week if we can. So that is the plan. But right now, thank you so much for watching. As always, I shall see you again very, very soon.